Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Brittany here, coming to you live from the DF Dub. So, I've been meaning to do this video for a while now. I just been busy, very busy with life. So, yeah, no excuses. Anyway, so I've been contemplating moving out of the state of Texas and doing my research on several locations nationwide to see where I want to live and putting together like a pros and cons list of the places that I would be willing to go and my family will be willing to go. That's the big thing. And in doing so, I've stumbled across several videos about specific cities that I would be interested in living in or moving to. But I haven't found many videos on the pros and cons of living in Texas. So that's why I'm here to give you pros and cons of living in Texas, especially since I've lived in a few other states as well as been researching other states and doing comparison analysis, so to speak. I know that sounds very analytical, right? So this is me giving you a video on pros and cons of living in Texas, so stay tuned. So, a little bit about me. I was born in Oklahoma. I lived in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, until I was about 12. Then I moved to Irving, Texas, where I went to junior high and high school in Irving, Texas. From there, from high school, I moved to Lexington, Kentucky, where I went to college in Kentucky. And I stayed there for about 2 years, and I came back to Texas. I recently considered moving to California, Fresno County, Clovis, Bakersfield area. Although I've done research on the Bay Area, LA County, of course. And I was strongly considering going to Clovis, Bakersfield, Fresno, somewhere in central California. I've also done research on Georgia. I was considering moving to Atlanta, Georgia. And after putting multiple comparisons together, as well as employment, I work in healthcare, so I can almost go anywhere and have a job. I've been with the same company for 3 years. I'm a physical therapist assistant, so I work in healthcare, so it's not too hard to find a job. So that was a thing for me. I have 3 children, so schools is very important to me, education. And in doing all the research of those locations and how much money I can make versus how much it is to live, I can give you kind of some tips on why Texas is the state that I chose to stay in and why I think the Lone Star State is the best place on earth to be. So this is coming from a transplant. I wasn't born here. I moved here when I was 12, so this will be a different point of view from those like my husband who were born and raised here and don't know nothing but Texas. So stay tuned. Okay, so I wrote a pros and cons list, and I'll start with my cons. My cons are shorter than my pros list, so I'll just start there. And if you live in Texas and you have something to add to this list, feel free to comment below. And if it's something that I'm forgetting or something that some of these things could be a pro or a con depending on how you look at it. I mean, perception is everything, but it kind of gives you an idea of what it's like living in Texas, especially since we have so many people who are moving to Texas. I think it's like 1,000 people a month move to Texas or something out astronomical as far as our economy and growth and etc. So, um, yeah, let me just get into the list, and then y'all can tell me yay or nay on some of these things based on what I've experienced in other places and other states and what I've researched in other states that I've either lived in or plan to live in. So, one of the biggest cons to me is everything is bigger in Texas. Like literally, everything is bigger in Texas, including the state of Texas. So, because of that, everything is spread out. It literally, driving 45 minutes to work is not abnormal. One way drive to your place of employment is not abnormal in this state because everything is so spread out. Just like right now, we live in one city. It's in Dallas County. It's Lancaster, Texas. We're planning to move to Mansfield, Texas, which is about a 45-minute drive one way. The reason being, we go to church in Mansfield. I work out in Mansfield, and it's like everything we do is in Mansfield. So why the heck do we live in Lancaster? Just to drive and go get a workout at the facility that I want to work out at, it's a 45-minute drive. What the hell? Like, why do I have to drive so far just to work out? Now, that's just me and my choice. But, I mean, going to church every day, the church that we choose to go to that's right for our family is 45 minutes away. And it's not abnormal to go to church 45 minutes away from where you live because Texas is so freaking spread out. Yeah, so everything's bigger in Texas. Be ready for that. I know it's a slogan in the Lone Star State, but everything's bigger in Texas. Public transportation is a hot mess. So, from what I hear, I don't really use public transportation. I have used it, and my mom always taught me it's good to have, and it's good to live near a bus stop. Just in case something happens, you can still get to work. That's wisdom. I understand that. But Dallas, the DFW public transportation system sucks. There are certain times where you get on the bus stop, you may catch a bus, you may not. They do have trains that run from Dallas to Fort Worth, which, from what I understand, those are better. But just to try to catch a bus is a pain. Like, it's going to take you all day to get from point A to point B unless you're going like up the street or something where you can really just walk to, right? The public transportation really sucks. And then there are certain areas in Dallas County that do not have the DART transit. DART is the Dallas Area Rapid Transit. So that is the bus system here in the DFW Metroplex. Well, really Dallas Metroplex, obviously. But even with Dallas County, there's Dallas, the city of Dallas, and then there's Dallas County, which includes other cities outside of the city, but are still considered Dallas County. I don't want to get too technical with that, but those cities outside of Dallas County can choose whether or not they want to have DART run in their city. So, for example, like I said, I live in Lancaster, or Lancaster, depending on who you ask. Lancaster don't have, DART does not go to Lancaster. So, if you live in Lancaster, or DeSoto, or Cedar Hill, or Duncanville, DART don't even run out there. So, you pretty much have to have a car. Because, unless you're going to walk, 20 minutes to the bus stop that's in Dallas, the city of Dallas, you pretty much need a car. And it's kind of backwards, if you ask me. So, everybody needs a car. Which brings me to my next issue. The traffic. The traffic is horrendous in this city. And it's only gotten worse because so many people are moving here on a daily or monthly basis. The traffic has gotten worse. There was a time when you can predict the traffic times, like rush hour traffic is between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Now, I'm on a Saturday afternoon on 20 and I'm sitting in traffic. And I'm like, we are turning into LA, New York. Like, traffic is horrible. And just to show how bad traffic is, I'm going to stick a clip right here, so y'all will know. It's a traffic report. Like, our traffic's so bad that a radio station every hour on the 8s, like, it's every, like, 12:48, 12:58, 1:08, 1:38, like, on the 8s, they report traffic. That's just how bad traffic is. Like, every hour, on the 8s, it's kind of weird, like, 8:28, 8:38, 8:48, 8:58. Like, that's how often they're reporting traffic reports. That's just how bad our traffic is. I know most cities, larger cities, people say, oh, this worst traffic is in Atlanta, worst traffic is in New York, the worst traffic is in LA. Come on. A part of our traffic is the drivers. People drive like a bat out of hell. Like, people drive however they want to. Some people signal, some people don't. People will zoom around you. Some people do the speed limit, some people don't. And it's like, what the hell? Merge lanes, like, people will ride in the merge lane, HOV lane. Like, there are certain highways that, since I've moved here, they've been doing construction on the highways, expanding the highways. And every time they complete the highways, it's like they didn't take into account growth of the city. And the doggone highway is still jammed after they've expanded it. And it's, yeah. I can go on all day, but I'll let you hear this traffic report. And you'll hear in the traffic report several different highways. And this is not even 5 o'clock traffic yet. Like, this is before 5 o'clock. I think it was like maybe right at 5:08 or something like that. The traffic report and you'll hear multiple highways across Dallas-Fort Worth that they're reporting accidents on. And you'll hear just how bad it is, mainly because people drive like a bat out of hell. Like, please, if a lot more people follow the rules of the roads, it wouldn't be as bad. But I can't talk because when I get on the highway, I'm doing 20 over speed limit anyway. So, yeah, traffic, horrible.
News Radio 1080 KRLD. It is 5:08. Now we've got problems going both ways on Stemmons in Dallas. Randy Fuller with more.
Northbound 35E, Woodall, the stalled 18-wheeler's carrying a big old large load of beams, and somehow that load shifted and caused all the problems. The stall is blocking 2 right lanes, backing up to the Mixmaster. Southbound 35E over the Trinity River, there is a new accident. Right lane's blocked. Slowdown is from Medical District, and then eastbound 635 from 75, it's heavy all the way to La Prada.
Julian Rogers has your slowdowns covered in Terra County.
Well, 121, we're looking at the mid-cities, and we had an accident around Harwood. And I know that this is clear, but I don't know how long it's going to take for this traffic to come apart, because 183, as you're turning off and heading north up towards Grapevine, is still a parking lot. The good news is everything north of Bedford Road is moving just fine, so could be a few minutes, could be a little longer. 121 South, though, had an added amount of traffic because of this same problem coming from the 360 split. Eastbound I-30, we've got road work on the left shoulder. It looks like they might be poking out in the left lane of traffic, but they're going to be pretty close to that Brentwood Stair exit just after Oakland Boulevard, backed up from Beach Street. And in Briar Oaks, 35W South. This is going to be just south of Burleson. There's an accident around Bethesda Road. A little bit of standstill there from Hidden Creek Parkway.
Heading into Rowlett eastbound on I-30 before Dow Rock. New reports of an accident to back up already back to Bobtown. Good news, though, in Rockwall. The earlier eastbound 30 service road at Corporate Crossing. Police activity, that has cleared. Still problems in Plato, though, southbound Dallas North Tollway before Park Boulevard. A crash blocks 2 left lanes. Slowing things from Legacy, could be about a 20-minute wait. Around the corner, midway at Horizon North Parkway, that's just north of the Bush Turnpike, there's an accident, and the northbound backup on the side, on the Midway side, is all the way back to Frankfort. Also on the westbound end of 635, heading from Irving into Coppell, you'll find slow traffic from Olympus Boulevard over to Freeport Parkway. I'm John Little. Your next report at 5:18 and breaking traffic alerts when they happen.
And from the KRLD Weather Center, we do get a fresh cold front later on tonight. It's not going to be all that bad, and the good thing is we get some sunshine back for tomorrow. Low tonight, 45. It is going to be a very windy day for tomorrow, so blustery on Thursday. High 57, sunny on Friday, lower 60s, and we're in the middle 60s on Saturday. Just a little bit of light rain around the area, including southeastern Dallas County. The heavier activity is well down to our south, and it's 57.